the show. We got some fun today because joining us is Chicago comedian Kelsie Huff.
Yeah.
Hi,
Kelsie. She's already bragging. She got in the chair by herself.
Did you see how easy that was?
These are not easy, I know.
I was working on my core.
There you go. We were walking down the steps, and I whispered to Val, one of us is going to eat it one of these days, walking on the steps, and it's going to be live, and that's the way it goes.
I vote you.
Yeah. Val goes,
it's probably going to be me because I am the one with the heels on, Kelsie.
We had a whole butt routine we were going to do right before, but the cameras didn't pan. We had this whole thing planned out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was a lot of butt.
Well, you have the moves?
Yeah, well,
Not so much?
yeah, I'm committing to it. Yeah, we rocked it.
Well, we got a great show for you today. Today is Fun Friday. Ryan got a chance to talk to Paul Feig.
yeah, you know, I sat down with him. Yeah, I sat down with him when he was in town. His new movie Spy comes out today with Melissa McCarthy. That's kind of like his go-to actress right now because, you know, he did Bridesmaids with her. He did The Heat with her. And now Spy is this, like, slapstick comedy almost with her and Jason Statham. So I'm going to sit down with him. There's some butt kicking going on in that movie, too. So we'll talk about that.
All right, that's going to be fun. And then you also got a chance to put Tashina Arnold through his 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
And you remember her from Pam, or being Pam, on Martin. Remember? Martin!
Loved her.
Yes.
Loved her.
And she worked with Chris Rock on Everybody Hates Chris. So, I mean, think about that in career. You get to work with Martin Lawrence, and then you get to work with Chris Rock, two of the best.
Oh, man, she's great. She's funny, too. And she loved being here. She loved being here in Chicago.
Yes.
I wasn't here when she was here.
Oh, you were? Oh, so you
Missed her, and I loved Martin.
Yeah, well, you love it. And then also, you're going to be talking about summer reads, right, G?
Yes, my favorite thing to do in the summertime, of course, is you grab a great book, like the physical book, not on an iPad or a Kindle. You go to the beach, and then you, like, relax on a towel with the book, and then, of course, with, like, a nice drink, like a fruity drink, a margarita or, like, a daiquiri. You know, if you fall asleep and don't get all the way through the book.
In fact, G introduced everybody to 50 Shades of Grey, if you remember, first.
Absolutely.
You had the books. Yeah, just the books.
Oh, well, here, we're going to kick off this Friday discussion with, are you having a cup of coffee right now? I hope you are, and let me explain why. Don't drink your coffee early in the morning. Scientists have now come out with a new study that says coffee early in the morning does you no good.
What?
You should be drinking it between, I believe, 10 and 12 and 2 and 5.
Are you a coffee drinker, Kelsie?
I have 7 cups already. Can you tell?
It's working.
It's working. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm a morning, afternoon, evening, 2 o'clock in the morning. I have a problem.
Really?
Can you smell it?
No, I can't smell it.
You know that this is a true story. I've never drank a cup of coffee in my whole life.
Get out.
No way.
Never. I've never drank a cup of coffee in my whole life.
Get this man a cup of coffee.
I know.
Shots.
Is that what coffee is?
Oh,
is
like
that
a shot of espresso.
Oh. No, I've tasted coffee. It's not like I don't know what it tastes like. I just have never drank a whole cup of coffee.
No, it's an acquired taste,
yeah.
I believe.
It does. I mean, you can add cream and sugar if you want to, but if you're a true connoisseur, you'll just take it black.
Yeah.
You know, it's delicious that way. It is so good.
It
But
tastes
you know
like
what?
oil.
The reason why you're not...
Are we still talking about... Hey, are we still talking about coffee? You take it back? I'm trying to get it It's Fun Friday.
But the reason why you're not supposed to drink it in the morning, it has to do with your cortisol levels, and this is, of course, this is related to stress and fear, and you already wake up with a lot of that in the morning because you're already kind of like ready to go. So you don't counteract that. Then you might need a little.
I drink like green tea. I need that caffeine boost, but I just don't take it with coffee.
So basically, you're already waking up with plenty of that energy, so you don't need it then. You need it, like Val said, around 10 o'clock.
Well, what goes great with coffee?
Donuts.
No.
Yeah.
Guess again. Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon goes great with donuts.
Bacon goes well with everything, right?
And if you are lucky, in Indiana, you can now maybe win the grand prize of a 20-year supply of bacon because they are now selling $2 bacon lotto tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. You guys love bacon.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I want to dream of being a millionaire. I don't want to dream of having bacon for 20 years and that's it.
Oh, no. But we're like Scrooge the duck. You could just dive in the bacon.
If you're a millionaire, you can buy all the bacon you want. I don't want to just win the bacon.
You have bacon parties? You kidding me?
20-year supply of savory bacon. Now, let me tell you something. The cash prizes are $10,000 and maybe $5,000 here or there, but the big one, baby, is the 20 years of bacon.
Yeah.
That's the big one. That's what you want.
Is that what our society has come to?
Yes, apparently
we are not obese enough in America that we need to have lotteries for bacon now.
Yeah. Maybe I see that you can get bacon with ice cream, bacon with everything.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a thing. It's
but
a thing.
they have
it is. They have bacon cologne.
Yeah, bacon coffee.
Yeah, in fact, somebody, I'm not making this up, I saw got buried in a bacon casket. And the casket was in the shape of a bacon. She's laughing. She's like, yeah, I'm doing that.
The other cool thing about this ticket is that the scratch-off ticket is it smells like bacon.
Yes,
it's like one of the sniff-off stickers that I love. I love stickers.
Well, you know,
scratch and sniff stickers.
Why does it smell like Beyonce or something?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't
smell like.
You win a lifetime supply of hanging with Beyonce.
Yeah, because Jay-Z would be
won
like,
that.
heck
Yeah.
No, Kanye would probably stop me first.
Exactly.
I know, but I mean, it doesn't smell like Gary, Indiana, and that's a bonus, right?
Right, Kelsie?
Come on, you get it.
Do not write Windy City Live on that comment.
I didn't know this was a Gary, Indiana crowd.
Oh, yeah, honey. We love Gary, Indiana.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to wear my Love Gary, Indiana shirt next week just to make up for your comment.
Okay, yeah, I know, right?
Lend it to Kelsie.
Yeah, it's on me. I'll take it. You guys love bacon and Gary. I'm learning a lot today.
There you go.
Anybody living in an apartment complex?
Well, we've all done that.
Okay, but we haven't. Do you ever have issues with like loud neighbors, loud conversations, loud
Fat
music?
cat. There's a fat cat that just, I don't know what he's doing. Tap dancing fat cat.
Do you think it's okay then for somebody to send a flyer like?
No, I feel like that's part of the deal, man.
It comes with
You
it.
sign up for noise?
Yeah, that's the
I
deal.
think it's all about how you send the flyer.
Well, apparently, here's the flyer. I want you to take a look at this. This happened out at UC Irvine. I went to UC San Diego, so this is one of the sister schools. And here, why don't I read it? We also would like to remind our African-American residents to keep conversation volume down and reduce music levels between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Multiple complaints have been made regarding the issue. White people loud, too?
All African-American people in the complex?
Oh, yeah.
White people loud?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at my mouth. Right? I mean,
Look at my mouth.
Look at my mouth.
A lot of sound comes out.
Everywhere. You know? It's, yeah.
Just put the flyer out, but just don't put black people.
Oh,
Just-
my gosh.
That's just.
Although, I mean, we can be loud. We can.
Well, we can all be loud.
Every group of people can be
that's
loud.
okay. But, I get loud. It was Ryan pointed out the other day in my games at this, but it's okay. But just put the flyer out.
Mama loud, though. Every mama gets loud.
Yeah, that's not a race thing, Val. That's just a you thing.
No, that's, as G just pointed out, that's a passionate mother thing.
Yes.
Because I am not alone. And when my reality show, Soccer/Volleyball Mom, comes out, and you're on my coattails, cashing in on those checks, you'll be glad to hear about that. All right. Well, this next story is so heartwarming. It's sad, but it's so heartwarming because there's a happy ending at the end. And there was a police officer who had to deliver awful news to a family because a mother and father were killed in a drunk driving accident. The mom and dad were on a motorcycle. They were hit by a drunk driver. And so he had to notify the next of kin. Well, the next of kin was that couple's son, senior in high school son, who was at home. The cop delivered the news to him. And the first thing out of his mouth is, who's going to come to my graduation?
Right.
I'm scheduled to graduate within the next week or two, and my parents are gone. Do you know that officer said, I'll be there for you? And he was a man of his word and came to that graduation for that young boy.
It's a great reminder that there are great people, great men and women that work, that do civic duty and work for us every single day, because there's so many bad stories about cops.
Ryan.
And there's so many good cops that don't get in the news and don't get those stories told about them.
The majority.
Right. I mean,
and I hope they stay friends for a lifetime. I'm sure they have a bond that, that cannot be had with anybody else but him.
Right. And, remember we talked about the police officer that pulled over the woman who didn't have a car seat. And instead of writing her a ticket, he drove to like Walmart and went and bought her a car seat. He said writing her a ticket wasn't going to solve the problem. And I thought that was such a cool thing too. But again, it's like we don't get enough. Those things are happening. They are happening.
Yeah.
But we don't see them enough because we are seeing so much of the negative, and that's happening too.
When I run into them, I just want them to show a little compassion with me.
Slow down, and you won't run into them.
I just want a little mercy.
How many speeding tickets?
Grace and mercy goes a long way. Grace, officer. Mercy. I was just running behind.
Where he's like, Lord have mercy, woman, you were going down.
I just Okay, so yearbook pictures.
Yeah,
you remember
graduation
those?
time, yeah.
It is graduation time. Speaking of that, young guy's graduation time. And the quotes that you put on your yearbook picture,
man.
nobody remembers them. You know,
Did you guys have quotes?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, you had quotes?
You did?
Oh, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember yours?
Mine was a very classy pull my finger.
I love it.
You were going into comedy very early.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know. I feel like a lot of people were like doing, you know, inspirational quotes and all these things. Like, that's not for me.
Clearly.
Toots, you know.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, we pulled some that we like. We pulled some that we liked. Not
Right.
fingers, but let's see. Is this one you like, Val?
Yeah, I kind of like this one. As long as I don't get arrested or my parents find out, I'm okay with it. It's kind of cool. Yeah. It's kind of like my mantra now.
Here we go. This is one that I like, and I've already made a Beyonce reference, so this is kind of weird now. The only reason I went to school all this time is to distract myself from the fact that I'll never be Beyonce. All right.
Okay, and this is my favorite one. Take a look at this dude. Look very handsome here. All pizzas are personal pizzas if you try hard enough. Get it, everybody?
Well,
I love that.
I know. I think that's clever, too. Well, our staff decided to have a little fun with this, and we don't know, but they apparently pulled
They
up
gave us ours?
our yearbook picture. So let's see. G, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
All right. Where's that, G?
This is my real senior picture.
Oh, you look so different.
Going to go to law school in hopes of becoming a sidekick on a Leslie Warren TV show.
There you go.
My mother is still crying. She's still really upset with me.
But you're not
It's
practicing law?
never too late.
Oh, yeah,
All
I
you
know.
have to do is take the test.
Oh, no, I can't. I've forgotten all of that stuff I learned.
Oh, no. Okay, I guess
Val,
I'm next.
let's see your high school quote. I'll read it
see it.
here. Is this too much hair?
No, never. And that is
And that's
not a
real.
wig.
Yeah.
That is not a wig. That was very much in style at that point.
Yeah.
Very much on trend.
That's still your
under.
Yeah,
That
the
was so
underbang.
it. That's
Ooh.
under.
Yeah, that's still your favorite hairstyle of all time, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had a little feather going. It was like half feather, half down. I like it when it's just straight across. I did that for another picture. That's actually my debutante ball picture.
There you go. All right.
Okay, Ryan.
Let's take a look at what my yearbook quote would say.
It's been an amazing 8 years.
Look at that hair. Look at that hair. Oh my God. 8 years. So I'm clapping for 8 years. I'm like Van Wilder.
Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah. I love that movie.
You're like a super senior.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sweet red bow tie, too. Smart look. Was that just any Tuesday? Wasn't prom or anything?
You know, You know, I had a paper route in the morning.
Sure.
And I wore the red tie.
Okay, well, you're a lucky gal because you're here for Pillow Talk today. Okay, G, give it to us.
Okay, we've got a really good one, especially for you, Val. Today's Pillow Talk question comes from Mindy in Plainfield. She writes, I have a 16-year-old son who has a 15-year-old girlfriend. A lot of her girlfriends are having co-ed sleepovers, and a lot of the parents are allowing their children to sleep over. My husband and I say no. These are teenagers with raging hormones, and parents can't be around all the time. Are we old-fashioned parents, or are we doing the right thing, sticking to our guns?
Wow.
Panel?
This is a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
What? Who?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
If Ro was here, it'd be Yeah.
Okay. You are dead right. Stick to your guns.
Yes.
You are not old-fashioned.
Yeah.
You are the sane one.
Yes.
Now, your kids, parents, your kids' friends' parents are wrong. Not you. Who is going to have a co-ed sleepover for a teenage girl and boy? They must have forgotten what it was like to be a teenager.
I'm thinking about all the fun I could have had if my parents would have let me do this.
Yeah. You were like Dungeons and Dragons for sure.
Yes.
For sure, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. Monopoly, you know, all the.
Hey, okay, let me ask our audience, because I'm just curious. Have you all ever even heard of co-ed sleepovers? No.
One lady's nodding her head over there.
Yeah, you have?
Yeah. Yes.
My sister used to let her daughters, but I mean they were
Her sis-
17 and 18.
And then you
17 and 18. Well, at least
Okay.
at least
We'll
18
translate
as
for her.
Her
adult.
sisters used to let her daughters who are 17 and 18. This is an audience member telling us.
They all ended up being gay, so.
The boys.
You're
the boys were
talking
gay.
about my life.
What was happening at those sleepovers?
I gotta let the viewers know, but the boys all ended up being gay, she said. So there we
Yeah,
go.
and she said it was innocent, but guess what?
Not my nieces.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't think you are wrong at all. I think you need to stick with your guns. Do not let your child go to a co-ed sleepover because things, and you're right. You can't even watch non-co-ed sleepover and watch to see what those girls are doing all night long.
That's how you develop stealth and skills growing up as a teenager. You try to figure out a way to sneak around your parents to make out. You know, you got to go down to the basement and watch a movie and, like, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah. Maybe G's yearbook picture should have said something else.
I know. All right, anyway, thanks, Mickey. We all agree that no. We'll be sending you this wonderful coconut bliss pillow from Mattress Firm. And if you want a chance to win your very own pillow, send us your question, not to be shared in a co-ed sleepover. Just go to WindyCityLive.com for details.
Yes, I want to mention a couple events, too, that you have coming up. I know you perform the Kates on the first Thursday of each month at the Laugh Factory. Tell us about that quickly.
Oh, my gosh, it's so great. So the Kates are an all-female comedy extravaganza. So I host the show, and it's a whole bunch of Erica Watson, who's on the show. I met her. She's on there, just a rotating cast of awesome ladies. Everyone should come.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's so great. It's so
and you also are teaching stand-up to women.
I am, yeah. So I teach a 5-week stand-up class called Feminine Comique, and it's women who are doing comedy or just women who are afraid to do it. Little bucket list. So fun. It's amazing. Everybody should do it. That was my aggressive... Yeah.
You have a little something for our audience, too.
I do. So I have a little something. So I have, for everyone in the audience, there are 2 free tickets to go see the Kates at the Laugh Factory.
All right, Kelsie, thank you for being here. And hey, stay with us later for After Dark. That's in our midnight show. We're going to be playing a little game called Huff or Bluff with Kelsie. That's going to be fun. We'll be right back, everyone.
And we're going to have a sleepover.
Coming up, Killer Plants, Hot Coffee, and Todd Bridges. All this and more when the hilarious Tashina Arnold takes on the 2-Minute Warning. What makes